Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free German ebook before it's gone. Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. Today, we'll learn conversational phrases about occupations. After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about your job and ask what somebody does for a living. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your occupation PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Was machen Sie beruflich? Ich bin Künstler.
Listen to it again, now with the English translation.
Was machen Sie beruflich?
What do you do?
Ich bin Künstler.
I'm an artist. First of all, you need to learn how to say, what do you do? That's.
Was machen Sie beruflich?
Listen to it again.
Was machen Sie beruflich? Was machen Sie beruflich?
This German sentence literally translates into, what do you do professionally? But it means, what do you do in English? Now, how do you answer this question? This is the pattern you'll need.
Ich bin.
Your occupation. I'm an, your occupation. For example, I'm an artist.
Ich bin Künstler. Ich bin Künstler.
Here are a few more professions you can use with the same pattern. Police officer.
Polizist. Polizist.
Polizistin. Polizistin.
Teacher.
Lehrer. Lehrer.
Lehrerin. Lehrerin.
Doctor.
Arzt. Arzt.
Ärztin. Ärztin.
Engineer.
Ingenieur. Ingenieur.
Ingenieurin. Ingenieurin.
Now, listen to some examples.
Was machen Sie beruflich? Ich bin Lehrer. Was machen Sie beruflich? Ich bin Arzt. Was machen Sie beruflich? Ich bin Ingenieur.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what do you do?
Was machen Sie beruflich?
Imagine you're a doctor. Do you remember how to say, doctor?
Arzt. Arzt.
Say, I'm a doctor.
Ich bin Arzt.
Now answer the question saying that you are a doctor.
Was machen Sie beruflich? Ich bin Arzt.
Now, imagine you're a teacher. Do you remember how to say teacher?
Lehrer, Lehrer.
Say, I'm a teacher.
Ich bin Lehrer.
Now, answer the question saying that you are a teacher.
Was machen Sie beruflich? Ich bin Lehrer.
Now, imagine you're an engineer. Do you remember how to say engineer?
Ingenieur, Ingenieur.
Say, I'm an engineer.
Ich bin Ingenieur.
Now, answer the question saying that you are an engineer.
Was machen Sie beruflich?
Most people who learn a foreign language learn it so that they can one day have real-life conversations with native speakers. When you start out learning and crack open your first textbook or listen to your first podcast, having a real conversation can feel like a fantasy. When everything about a language feels new, it can be overwhelming. But this couldn't be further from the truth. While it does take a significant amount of time and effort to become fluent, having a conversation might not be as far off as you think. In this video, we'll look at 3 ways you can boost your conversational skills and start talking to native speakers. Number 1, find native speakers and practice with them. It's unlikely you live near a big group of native speakers to practice with. If you happen to be in a major or international city, your chances may be better. Check and see if your city has a general language exchange. Chances are there could be a native speaker there who is also trying to learn another language. Practicing in person with a native speaker is probably the most interesting option for honing your speaking skills. But if you can't find anyone where you live, the next best option is to look online. Luckily for language learners, the past 10 years or so have seen an explosion in online language exchange sites. On these websites, you can search for someone who is a native speaker of your target language and is also learning your native language. The idea behind a language exchange is that you communicate with them via video or text chat, and half of the time, they help you practice your target language. And for the other half, you help them practice theirs. Practicing via an online language exchange is a highly effective way to practice your conversational skills. Number 2, work on pronunciation. Pronunciation is often an overlooked skill when it comes to learning a foreign language. Most people think of a good foreign accent as a luxury rather than a necessity. But what most people don't talk about is how having a good accent boosts your listening and comprehension skills. If you can hear a sound from a foreign language and know how to make it yourself, then you're more likely to understand native speakers when they talk at normal speed, and you're also more likely to remember any new words or phrases you come across. Having a good accent means that the language no longer sounds foreign. Instead, it sounds familiar, maybe even natural. So how do you go about perfecting your accent? The best way is to break down the language into its individual sounds. Make note of any sounds that are the same or similar to your native language and of those that are different. Of the sounds that are different, spend your time practicing the ones that you find the hardest to say correctly. After you're comfortable with the individual sounds, you can start linking together words and phrases. This is where accent practice starts to get really fun and interesting. Get your hands on some native speaker audio from a TV show, song, or podcast. Play the audio back and listen closely a few times. Take note of how words blend together in speech. Then, do your best to imitate what you hear, trying to match the speaker's emphasis and intonation. Our language learning program's playback feature is perfect for this. Record yourself and compare it to the original recording. Rinse and repeat until you're comfortable with the audio selection, and then move on to something more difficult. This is how you can break through the accent barrier and really start to make the language your own. Number 3, learn phrases, not just individual words. Learning grammar and individual words is great, but it's not the only approach you should take if you want to speak fluently. In addition to your regular grammar and vocabulary, try learning whole phrases, even if you aren't totally sure how they work grammatically. Learn phrases that are specific to your needs. It's a good idea to learn phrases that are grouped around a certain setting or subject, such as simple greetings or introductions, questions for getting to know someone, or traveling comfortably. You can even learn filler phrases, which you can use so that you have something to say when, well, you don't know what to say. Learning phrases like this will help you become conversational faster. You may not understand what you're saying literally, but as long as you know the general meaning behind the phrase and know when to use it, you'll be able to talk like a native. Eventually, your knowledge of grammar and vocabulary should catch up with the phrases you know. Learning a new language should feel like an adventure. There will be plateaus and periods in your learning where it feels like you're hitting a wall, but being able to speak with native speakers and have real conversations will help you combat language fatigue. After all, talking to someone face-to-face in a foreign language is one of the main reasons we start learning in the first place. And for even more ways to gain conversation skills, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hey everyone, Alicia here. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, how's your mother? After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about well-being and ask how someone is doing. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Conversation About Family Well-Being PDF cheat sheet for free. Now let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Wie geht es deiner Mutter?
Es geht ihr gut.
Once more with the English translation.
Wie geht es deiner Mutter?
How's your mother?
Es geht ihr gut.
She's fine. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, how's your mother? That's,
Wie geht es deiner Mutter?
listen to it again.
Wie geht es deiner Mutter? Wie geht es deiner Mutter?
This German sentence literally means, how goes it for your mother? But it translates as, how's your mother? In English. Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is,
Es geht ihr.
state of well-being. She is state of well-being, in English. For example, she's fine.
Es geht ihr gut. Es geht ihr gut.
Here are a few expressions related to well-being that you can use with this pattern. Great,
Großartig. Großartig.
fine,
Gut. Gut.
so-so,
So lala. So lala.
not good,
Nicht gut. Nicht gut.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Wie geht es deiner Mutter?
Es geht ihr großartig.
Wie geht es deiner Mutter?
Es geht ihr so lala.
Wie geht es deiner Mutter?
Es geht ihr nicht gut.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, how's your mother?
Wie geht es deiner Mutter?
Imagine she's great. Do you remember how to say great?
Großartig. Großartig.
Say, she's great.
Es geht ihr großartig.
Now, answer the question saying she's great.
Wie geht es deiner Mutter?
Es geht ihr großartig.
Now imagine she's so-so. Do you remember how to say so-so?
So lala. So lala.
Say, she's so-so.
Es geht ihr so lala.
Now, answer the question saying she's so-so.
Wie geht es deiner Mutter?
Es geht ihr so lala.
Now imagine she's not good. Do you remember how to say not good?
Nicht gut. Nicht gut.
Say, she's not good.
Es geht ihr nicht gut.
Now, answer the question saying she's not good.
Wie geht es deiner Mutter?
Es geht ihr nicht gut.
You've studied for a while and are ready to talk to people and practice what you've learned. But where do you start? Starting a conversation in a new language can seem a bit intimidating. How do you just jump into it? In this video, we'll look at 5 ways to start conversations. Number 1. Introduce yourself in your target language. This is usually one of the first things you learn when you start studying a new language. And sometimes, starting a conversation, or continuing one, is as simple as introducing yourself. Number 2. Talking about the weather. This is a universal talking point. People talk about the weather all over the world. And just saying, "It's really nice today," is enough to start a conversation. A great way to practice your weather conversation skills is to check out our Can Do lesson pathway. This series of lessons teaches you how to talk about the weather in your target language. Number 3. Give compliments. Compliments are a great way to start a conversation. You can compliment something about your conversation partner's city, country, or something specific to them personally. "Hey, your bag is super cute," or "That ice cream looks delicious." These kinds of compliments can lead to further conversation about what you complimented. In this case, it could be fashion or a local restaurant. This is a great way to make quick connections with people. Number 4. Ask for help. For example, you can ask for directions, ask about prices, or request recommendations for restaurants or shopping spots, and let the conversation go from there. People are usually happy to lend a helping hand to tourists who are visiting their city. Number 5. Learn phrases for transactions. This could include getting a room at a hotel or telling a taxi driver where to go. When you're traveling overseas, you'll need to talk to other people in your target language. And while this might be a bit scary at first, you'll find that the people you meet are just happy that you're trying to communicate with them. So get started talking in your target language now. For even more tips on how to start conversations, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hey everyone, Alicia here. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, "What's the matter?" After watching this video, you'll be able to make complaints and ask someone else if they're having any issues. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Making Complaints PDF cheat sheet for free. Now let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Ist alles in Ordnung?
Das Büro ist heiß.
Once more with the English translation.
Ist alles in Ordnung?
What's the matter?
Das Büro ist heiß.
The office is hot. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what's the matter? That's,
Ist alles in Ordnung?
listen to it again.
Ist alles in Ordnung? Ist alles in Ordnung?
This German sentence literally translates into, is everything in order? But it means, what's the matter in English. Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
Das Büro ist.
adjective. The office is adjective. For example, the office is hot.
Das Büro ist heiß. Das Büro ist heiß.
Here are a few more examples you can use with the same pattern to make complaints. Hot,
Heiß. Heiß.
cold,
Kalt. Kalt.
noisy,
Laut. Laut.
dirty,
Schmutzig. Schmutzig.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Ist alles in Ordnung?
Das Büro ist kalt.
Ist alles in Ordnung?
Das Büro ist laut.
Ist alles in Ordnung?
Das Büro ist schmutzig.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what's the matter?
Ist alles in Ordnung?
Imagine the office is cold. Do you remember how to say cold?
Kalt. Kalt.
Say, the office is cold.
Das Büro ist kalt.
Now answer the question saying the office is cold.
Ist alles in Ordnung?
Das Büro ist kalt.
Now imagine the office is noisy. Do you remember how to say noisy?
Laut. Laut.
Say, the office is noisy.
Das Büro ist laut.
Now, answer the question saying the office is noisy.
Ist alles in Ordnung?
Das Büro ist laut.
Now imagine the office is dirty. Do you remember how to say dirty?
Schmutzig. Schmutzig.
Say, the office is dirty.
Das Büro ist schmutzig.
Now answer the question, saying the office is dirty.
Ist alles in Ordnung?
Das Büro ist schmutzig.
Want to speak your target language with confidence and impress native speakers? When learning to speak a new language, you have lots of things to think about, including grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Because you're thinking of all of these things and trying to speak, it can be difficult to communicate with confidence, especially in the beginning. This is why it's helpful to make confidence-building exercises part of your language learning process. In this video, you'll learn 7 ways to boost your confidence. 1. Read out loud. This might seem pretty basic, but it's a great way to practice speaking. Reading aloud lets you practice speaking without having to think about grammar or things to talk about. Reading out loud lets you focus on your pronunciation and the rhythm of the language. It can help you learn to speak more smoothly and quickly, without even thinking about it. If you're using our lessons, read the dialogue out loud as you listen. You can read along with the dialogue tool, the lesson notes, or the transcript. 2. Read like a child. This might sound strange, but think about children learning to read. They go slow and sound everything out. Maybe it takes 2 or 3 tries before they read a new word smoothly, and a few more tries before they can read it at a natural pace. This example applies to language learning too. If you find a complex sentence in something you're reading, read it slowly at first, then speed up. With practice, you'll be able to say it easily. It might feel a bit silly to speak very slowly, but this kind of practice can help you identify tough sounds you might miss or say incorrectly when reading quickly. 3. Use the dialogue breakdown tool. If you're using our site, this is a great tool to take advantage of. It breaks down lesson conversations into individual lines. You can listen to the audio for each line, learn what each line means, and can reread and review as much as you want. 4. Use the voice recorder to record and compare yourself with native speakers. Just click on the microphone icon next to each line in the dialogue section. You can use this tool to perfect your pronunciation if you like, but this is also something you can use to work on speaking with confidence at native level speed. You'll find this tool in the dialogue section of all of our lessons. 5. Repeat and review old lesson conversations. Reviewing what you've studied in the past is the best way to make sure you maintain what you've learned. Go back to older lessons, download the lesson dialogue tracks, and re-listen to the conversations again and again. Or you can reread the dialogue lines from previous lessons until you've mastered them all. 6. Shadow conversations. Repeat what you hear out loud. This tactic is important, but it can be tricky when you're doing a brand new lesson. If you're reviewing dialogues from lessons you've done though, it's super easy to do. Just listen to the dialogue and repeat what you hear. Shadowing means mimicking the speaker as soon as they speak, following their intonation and rhythms as closely as possible. 7. Send recordings to your Premium Plus teacher. If you want to speak with confidence, there's no better confidence boost than feedback from a native speaker, and you get just that with a Premium Plus teacher. You can record yourself reciting a lesson dialogue or any dialogue of your own, and your teacher will give you specific tips on how to improve. From the tips your teacher gives you, choose at least one and practice, practice, practice. Being able to react quickly and with confidence in a conversation is typically not something you can do on your first try, but if you continue practicing, you'll gradually find yourself speaking with ease. And for even more ways to build your speaking confidence, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to ask and answer the question, how do you say this? After watching this video, you'll be able to ask someone how a word is pronounced. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your How to Say Something PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Wie sagt man das?
Es heißt Parkplatz.
Once more with the English translation.
Wie sagt man das?
How do you say this?
Es heißt Parkplatz.
It's parking lot. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, how do you say this? That's,
Wie sagt man das?
listen to it again.
Wie sagt man das? Wie sagt man das?
Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
Es heißt,
word. This German sentence literally translates into, it is called word, but it means it's word in English. For example, it's parking lot.
es heißt Parkplatz. Es heißt Parkplatz.
Here are a few useful words you can use with the same pattern. Parking lot,
Parkplatz. Parkplatz.
dog,
Hund. Hund.
travel,
Reisen. Reisen.
morning,
Morgen. Morgen.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Wie sagt man das? Es heißt Hund. Wie sagt man das? Es heißt Reisen. Wie sagt man das? Es heißt morgen.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, how do you say this?
Wie sagt man das?
Imagine it's the word dog. Do you remember how to say dog?
Hund. Hund.
Say, it's dog.
Es heißt Hund.
Now answer the question saying it's dog.
Wie sagt man das? Es heißt Hund.
Now imagine the word is travel. Do you remember how to say travel?
Reisen. Reisen.
Say, it's travel.
Es heißt Reisen.
Now answer the question saying it's travel.
Wie sagt man das? Es heißt Reisen.
Now imagine it's the word morning. Do you remember how to say morning?
Morgen. Morgen.
Say, it's morning.
Es heißt morgen.
Now answer the question saying it's morning.
Wie sagt man das? Es heißt morgen.
Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what's your favorite number? After watching this video, you'll be able to say many numbers and ask someone their favorite number. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Talking About Numbers PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Was ist deine Lieblingszahl? 7.
Once more with the English translation.
Was ist deine Lieblingszahl?
What's your favorite number?
7.
It's 7. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, "What's your favorite number?" That's.
Was ist deine Lieblingszahl?
Listen to it again.
Was ist deine Lieblingszahl? Was ist deine Lieblingszahl?
Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is number. In German, we only say the number as the answer. For example, it's 7.
7. 7.
Here are a few more numbers you can use with the same pattern. 7,
7. 7.
2,
2. 2.
4,
4. 4.
9,
9. 9.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Was ist deine Lieblingszahl?
2.
Was ist deine Lieblingszahl?
4.
Was ist deine Lieblingszahl?
9.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, "What's your favorite number?"
Was ist deine Lieblingszahl?
Imagine it's 2. Do you remember how to say 2?
2. 2.
Say, "It's 2."
Zwei.
Now answer the question saying, "It's 2."
Was ist deine Lieblingszahl?
Zwei.
Now imagine it's 4. Do you remember how to say 4?
4. 4.
Say, "It's 4."
Vier.
Now answer the question by saying, "It's 4."
Was ist deine Lieblingszahl?
Vier.
Now imagine it's 9. Do you remember how to say 9?
9. 9.
Say, "It's 9."
Neun.
Now answer the question saying, "It's 9."
Was ist deine Lieblingszahl?
Neun.
Want to speak and understand more of your target language? If so, of course, you'll need to know more words and phrases than you do now. In this video, we'll cover 5 ways to master new words and phrases fast. Number 1, use our free vocabulary list. This is a free library of vocabulary and phrase lessons for all kinds of situations. You can learn words and phrases for current events, holidays like Halloween and Thanksgiving, and useful topics like the top 10 ways to say hello, conversational phrases, and more. You'll learn phrases that you won't find in textbooks. If you want to learn extra fast, use the slideshow tool. Just tap or click on View Slideshow, then sit back and review the words and phrases. Find the vocabulary lists in the vocabulary drop-down menu on the site. These vocabulary lists are free for all users. Number 2, take the audio and video lessons. One of the best ways to learn new words is by hearing and using them in conversations. This is because it gives you the opportunity to understand how the words are actually used. In every lesson dialogue, you'll likely come across some words you don't know. But don't worry, because our teachers translate everything. When you hear the conversation again at the end of the lesson, you'll be familiar with the words you didn't know at first. Number 3, learn with our 2000 most common words list. A quick question. How many words do you think you need for conversational fluency? 3,000? 5,000? It's actually not as many as you think. Language experts say you need about 1,500 words to reach conversational fluency. With our 2000 most common words list, you'll get access to key vocabulary words you need to boost your conversation skills. The words are broken down into simple categories, such as adjectives, nouns, verbs, food, drinks, numbers, months, and so on. So you can go category by category and focus on what you're most interested in first. With this tip, we're not talking about paper flashcards. We're talking about the smart flashcards that you can find in our premium study tools. This is an automatic system individualized for each member based on their study needs. First, you'll use the cards to check your knowledge. Then, according to your answers, the cards will be sorted according to which words you need more practice with. Words that you struggle with will be shown to you more and more. You'll see words that you know well less often. This system helps you study more efficiently. It displays the words you need to work on and knows when you should refresh your knowledge. This helps make sure you don't forget vocabulary. In every study session, these cards will help you refresh your memory on the words you learned last time and introduce new words. Number 5, use the words. After you learn a new word, using it right away is crucial to remembering it. So, when you're done with a lesson or a vocab list, here's something you can do. Leave a comment. Make up a sample sentence and post it in the comment section. Write it down in a notebook, or shadow the word with a lessons dialogue. Our language learning program is full of tools that can help you speak more. Just pick one and get started. If you want to unlock all of these study tools, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, we'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what kind of movies do you like? After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about movies and ask other people about their favorite kinds of movies. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Talking About Movies and TV PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Welche Art von Filmen magst du?
Ich mag Horror.
Once more with the English translation.
Welche Art von Filmen magst du?
What kind of movies do you like?
Ich mag Horror.
I like horror. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what kind of movies do you like? That's
Welche Art von Filmen magst du?
Listen to it again.
Welche Art von Filmen magst du? Welche Art von Filmen magst du?
Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
Ich mag.
type of movie. I like type of movie. For example, I like horror.
Ich mag Horror. Ich mag Horror.
Here are a few more kinds of movies you can use with the same pattern to talk about movies. Horror,
Horror. Horror.
comedy,
Komödie. Komödie.
fantasy,
Fantasy. Fantasy.
romance,
Liebesgeschichten. Liebesgeschichten.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Welche Art von Filmen magst du? Ich mag Komödien. Welche Art von Filmen magst du? Ich mag Fantasy. Welche Art von Filmen magst du? Ich mag Liebesgeschichten.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, "What kind of movies do you like?"
Welche Art von Filmen magst du?
Imagine you like comedies. Do you remember how to say comedy?
Komödie. Komödie.
Say, I like comedies.
Ich mag Komödien.
Now answer the question saying that you like comedies.
Welche Art von Filmen magst du? Ich mag Komödien.
Now imagine that you like fantasy movies. Do you remember how to say fantasy?
Fantasy. Fantasy.
Say, I like fantasy.
Ich mag Fantasy.
Now, answer the question saying you like fantasy movies.
Welche Art von Filmen magst du? Ich mag Fantasy.
Now imagine you like romantic movies. Do you remember how to say romantic?
Liebesgeschichten. Liebesgeschichten.
Say, I like romance.
Ich mag Liebesgeschichten.
Now answer the question saying you like romantic movies.
Welche Art von Filmen magst du? Ich mag Liebesgeschichten.
Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to answer the question, what are you doing during the holiday? After watching this video, you'll be able to talk about your holiday plans. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your National Holidays PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Was machst du am Pfingstmontag?
Ich plane, an den Strand zu gehen.
Once more with the English translation.
Was machst du am Pfingstmontag?
What are you doing for Whit Monday?
Ich plane, an den Strand zu gehen.
I'm planning to go to the beach. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say, what are you doing for Whit Monday? That's,
Was machst du am Pfingstmontag?
Whit Monday is a religious holiday that falls on the Monday after Pentecost, which commemorates the descent of the Holy Spirit upon the earliest members of the Christian Church. Listen to it again.
Was machst du am Pfingstmontag? Was machst du am Pfingstmontag?
Now, how do you answer this question? The pattern is
Ich plane.
plan. I'm planning to plan. For example, I'm planning to go to the beach.
Ich plane, an den Strand zu gehen. Ich plane, an den Strand zu gehen.
Here are a few more phrases you can use with the same pattern to talk about your plans. Go to the beach.
An den Strand zu gehen. An den Strand zu gehen.
Travel.
Zu verreisen. Zu verreisen.
Stay home.
Zu Hause zu bleiben. Zu Hause zu bleiben.
Go to the movies.
Ins Kino zu gehen. Ins Kino zu gehen.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat, or speak along with the native speakers.
Was machst du am Pfingstmontag?
Ich plane zu verreisen.
Was machst du am Pfingstmontag?
Ich plane zu Hause zu bleiben.
Was machst du am Pfingstmontag?
Ich plane ins Kino zu gehen.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, what are you doing for Whit Monday?
Was machst du am Pfingstmontag?
Imagine you're planning to travel. Do you remember how to say travel?
Zu verreisen. Zu verreisen.
Say, I'm planning to travel.
Ich plane zu verreisen.
Now, answer the question saying you're planning to travel.
Was machst du am Pfingstmontag?
Ich plane zu verreisen.
Now, imagine you're planning to stay home. Do you remember how to say stay home?
Zu Hause zu bleiben. Zu Hause zu bleiben.
Say, I'm planning to stay home.
Ich plane zu Hause zu bleiben.
Now, answer the question saying you're planning to stay home.
Was machst du am Pfingstmontag?
Ich plane zu Hause zu bleiben.
Now imagine you're planning to go to the movies. Do you remember how to say go to the movies?
Ins Kino zu gehen. Ins Kino zu gehen.
Say, I'm planning to go to the movies.
Ich plane ins Kino zu gehen.
Now, answer the question saying you're planning to go to the movies.
Was machst du am Pfingstmontag?
Ich plane ins Kino zu gehen.
Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to Conversational Phrases. We've found that the best way to learn a language is to speak it from day one. And the best way to start speaking is to learn phrases that you'll use in real conversations. In this lesson, you'll learn conversational phrases to use when talking on the phone. After watching this video, you'll be able to ask for someone on the phone and to put someone on hold. And if you want to learn more vocabulary, phrases, and example sentences you can use in real-life situations, click the link in the description to download your Making a Phone Call PDF cheat sheet for free. Now, let's take a look at some conversational phrases.
Listen to the dialogue.
Hallo, ich würde gerne mit der verantwortlichen Person sprechen.
Ja, einen Moment bitte.
Once more with the English translation.
Hallo, ich würde gerne mit der verantwortlichen Person sprechen.
Hello, I'd like to speak with the person in charge.
Ja, einen Moment bitte.
Okay, just a moment. First of all, you'll need to learn how to say hello on the phone. That's
Hallo. Hallo.
Then you'll need to learn how to say, I'd like to speak with person. The pattern is
Ich würde gerne mit
person.
sprechen.
This German sentence literally translates as, I would gladly with person speak, but it means, I'd like to speak with person. For example, hello, I'd like to speak with the person in charge.
Hallo. Ich würde gerne mit der verantwortlichen Person sprechen. Hallo, ich würde gerne mit der verantwortlichen Person sprechen.
Now, how do you answer this question?
Ja, einen Moment bitte.
Okay, just a moment. Listen to it again.
Ja, einen Moment bitte. Ja, einen Moment bitte.
This German sentence literally translates as, yes, one moment please, but it means, okay, just a moment. Here are a few more phrases you can use with the same pattern to talk on the phone. The person in charge.
Die verantwortliche Person. Die verantwortliche Person.
A sales representative.
Ein Außendienstmitarbeiter. Ein Außendienstmitarbeiter.
The manager.
Der Geschäftsführer. Der Geschäftsführer.
Customer service.
Der Kundendienst. Der Kundendienst.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat or speak along with the native speakers.
Ich würde gerne mit einem Außendienstmitarbeiter sprechen. Ja, einen Moment bitte. Ich würde gerne mit dem Geschäftsführer sprechen. Ja, einen Moment bitte. Ich würde gerne mit dem Kundendienst sprechen. Ja, einen Moment bitte.
Okay, now it's your turn. Do you remember how to say, I'd like to speak with person?
Ich würde gerne mit
Person.
sprechen.
And how do you answer it?
Ja, einen Moment bitte.
Imagine you want to talk to a sales representative. Do you remember how to say, a sales representative?
Ein Außendienstmitarbeiter. Ein Außendienstmitarbeiter.
Say, I'd like to speak with a sales representative.
Ich würde gerne mit einem Außendienstmitarbeiter sprechen.
Now say you want to talk to a sales representative and answer it.
Ich würde gerne mit einem Außendienstmitarbeiter sprechen. Ja, einen Moment bitte.
Now, imagine you want to talk to the manager. Do you remember how to say, the manager?
Der Geschäftsführer. Der Geschäftsführer.
Say, I'd like to speak with the manager.
Ich würde gerne mit dem Geschäftsführer sprechen.
Now say you want to talk to the manager and answer it.
Ich würde gerne mit dem Geschäftsführer sprechen. Ja, einen Moment bitte.
Now imagine you want to talk to customer service. Do you remember how to say customer service?
Der Kundendienst. Der Kundendienst.
Say, I'd like to speak with customer service.
Ich würde gerne mit dem Kundendienst sprechen.
Now say you want to talk to customer service and answer it.
Ich würde gerne mit dem Kundendienst sprechen. Ja, einen Moment bitte.
When learning a new language, everyone should have an ultimate goal to work towards. Whether you want to be able to connect with a relative, easily order food while traveling, or go somewhere new, having an end goal for your learning can be very motivating. A popular but challenging goal is being able to speak like a native speaker. It's difficult to measure exactly when you reach this goal, and it's not something you can pick up using textbooks alone. So how do you work on making your speech more natural? That's what we're going to look at today. Here are 3 tips to help you practice talking like a native speaker. Number 1, focus on vocabulary. If your goal is to speak like a native, you might be really focused on speaking quickly or using as many complex grammar patterns as possible. But in our native languages, we're not always trying to speak as fast as possible, and we use complex grammar patterns when necessary, not to show off. Vocabulary, however, is extremely important to expressing ourselves naturally. Your choice of words can reveal a lot about you and your understanding of the language. Most learners have had the experience of using a phrasebook or a dictionary to find a word they want to use, trying the word in conversation, and getting a look of confusion from the native speaker. In some cases, although your word choice may be grammatically correct, the word may be inappropriate for the situation or totally unnatural. This is especially important in business and other formal situations, where the right level of formality and professionalism is key. Being able to understand nuances in vocabulary words can also help you understand relationships between people just by listening to the conversation. Try to listen to many different types of conversations. Listen to how people talk to their friends, their superiors, and in customer service situations. This will give you a better idea of how to talk to others naturally. In some languages, you can omit words from sentences or use more direct communication styles. It's important to be aware of these things so you can apply them yourself. Colloquialisms and slang are also commonly used in most languages. As this sort of vocabulary is always evolving, it can be difficult to keep up with the latest words. Talk with native speakers and consume media in your target language to make sure you pick up these kinds of expressions. Media is a great resource for your learning. Ultimately, knowing the appropriate vocabulary to use for each situation will really help you sound more knowledgeable. Number 2, perfect your accent. With every language, there are unique pronunciation and intonation challenges. Some languages are tonal languages, and a change in pitch can completely change the meaning of a word. Then there's the fact that most countries have multiple dialects, and so people from one area of the country may sound different from those in another. So what is the best way to listen to a wide range of accents and different pronunciations? Video and audio resources are a great way to do this. YouTube is a perfect place to start because people from all kinds of different backgrounds upload videos to the platform. You can watch educational videos, daily life vlogs, cooking shows, a travel series, whatever interests you. Pay attention to the different ways people speak. Everyone is unique. And then practice speaking like them. This kind of practice can help you sound more natural. One note, please be aware of the type of resources you're using. For example, if you find a video where a speaker uses a rare dialect, it might not be a good idea to use that for your pronunciation practice, unless you have a special reason for studying a specific accent. As a general rule, it's best to try to search for practice resources that use a standard form of the language you're studying. Number 3, copy what you hear. Do you remember how you learned to speak as a child? We rarely learned new words just listening to them, or reading after we learned how. When we were little kids, we imitated the sounds we heard by repeating the sounds out loud. While you're talking to a friend, watching videos, or listening to audio in your target language, you can do this to try and replicate the way they speak. Doing this will help you work on mastering the flow of the language, your accent, intonation, and pronunciation. Of course, you might also pick up some new vocabulary this way. Make sure to repeat new words often. It's a great way to make sure you remember them. Try doing this using a number of different mediums and sources. That way, you'll be exposed to the diversity that the language offers and master the fundamentals of pronunciation. For example, you can watch and imitate several different YouTube videos and audio CDs, but try a few different sources, like different creators or different audio types, to make sure you experience a wide range of communication in your target language. If you're using our language learning program, you can even get your own teacher with Premium Plus. Your teacher can answer questions, give assignments, and even listen to your recordings and give you advice on pronunciation. Completing these kinds of lessons with a native teacher can really boost your confidence in your speaking skills. Becoming able to speak like a native is a popular goal for many people learning a new language. It feels great to be able to communicate smoothly, especially when the people you're talking to expect basic level sentences or broken communication. Try using the tips we've shared in this video to work on improving your speaking skills. Of course, it'll take time and persistence, but the reward will be more natural communication. And for even more tips on speaking, check out our complete language learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Get tons of resources to have you speaking in your target language. And if you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share the video with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Want to speak real German from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at GermanPod101.com.
Hi! Welcome to Introduction to German. My name is Alicia, and I'm joined by...
Hi everyone, I'm Jenny.
In this lesson, you'll learn the basics of German grammar. Word order refers to the order in which words are structured to form a sentence in a given language. Consider the English sentence, I ate an apple. But first, let's remove the article an here for simplicity. So we're just left with I ate apple. The basic word order for English is subject, verb, object, or SVO for short. If we break down the English sentence, I ate apple, we can see that the subject I is presented first, followed by the verb ate, and then finally the object apple is positioned last. This is the basic word order for sentences in English.
Now let's compare that same sentence, I ate an apple, in German. Ich esse einen Apfel. Like before, let's remove the article to keep it simple, so we're just left with the words. If we break down the German sentence, we get the subject ich, meaning I. Then comes the verb esse, meaning eat. And finally we have the object Apfel, meaning apple. Ich esse Apfel. The basic word order for German then is subject, verb, object, or SVO for short.
As you can see, English and German both have the same word order. This essentially means that you can create basic German sentences by exchanging English words for German words.
This isn't perfect, but it's a good place to get you started. Understanding basic word order will allow you to string together the few German words you've learned to create basic sentences and to start communicating in German.
In the previous section, you learned that English and German both use the same SVO word order. Let's study this aspect in a little more detail. First, let's take a look at an example in English. She sees the boy every day. We can clearly see the SVO word structure used in English, even with the adverb attached at the very end there. But what if we were to try and change the word order of this sentence? Let's swap the object and the subject around. Now we get, the boy sees she every day. As you can see, rearranging the word order of an English sentence actually changes the meaning of the sentence itself.
The word order of German, on the other hand, is much more flexible than English. While German does follow an SVO word order like English, it's much less rigid, allowing us to move elements of the sentence around. Sie sieht den Jungen jeden Tag. Den Jungen sieht sie jeden Tag.
As you can see, swapping the object and the subject around in German doesn't change the core meaning of the sentence itself.
Jeden Tag sieht sie den Jungen. In fact, all parts of the sentence can be rearranged, except the verb. As long as the verb is the second element in the sentence, you can generally rearrange the sentence however you wish.
We've talked about basic sentences in English and German, but what if you wanted to give more detail to a sentence? Consider the following English sentence. I like apples because they taste good. Notice how there are two parts to this sentence. I like apples and because they taste good. We call the first part of this sentence the main clause and the second part of this sentence the dependent clause because it depends on the first part to make sense. If we break down the two parts, we can see that English sticks to the SVO word order once again.
Now, let's compare the same sentence in German. Ich mag Äpfel, weil sie gut schmecken. The main clause has the verb as the second element, so this is fine. The dependent clause, however, has the verb as the final element in the sentence, not as the second element.
So in fact, German sentences will always have the verb as the second element, but if there's a dependent clause, the verb in that clause will always be moved to the final position.
Ich mag Äpfel, weil sie gut schmecken. Negating basic sentences in German is easy compared to English. Simply add nicht, which means not, at the end of a German sentence. Ich schlafe. Ich schlafe nicht.
If you want to show that you have zero sum of something,
you would add kein, which can be translated to no, depending on the sentence. Ich habe kein Geld. Ich habe keine Energie.
This is a simplified way to negate basic sentences in German.
Formulating questions in German is also easy. Simply swap the verb and the subject to make a sentence into a question. Sie ist hier. Ist sie hier? Sie ist Äpfel. Ist sie Äpfel?
Just a quick swap makes this a question. Well done! We've covered a lot of things in this lesson, so let's recap on what we've learned. In this lesson, you learned that the same word order as English can be used in German. German word order can be rearranged any which way, so long as the verb is the second element in the sentence. If there are dependent clauses, then the verb in that clause will appear at the end of the sentence. Simply add the word for not at the end of a sentence to make it negative. And to formulate a question, simply swap the subject and verb around. We've covered only the very basics of German grammar. If you're interested in learning more, check out our German in 3 Minutes video series. In that course, we teach you useful phrases while covering the fundamentals of German grammar, and each lesson is only 3 minutes long. See you in the next lesson. Bye!
Bye!
Hi everybody, Anja here. Welcome to Ask a Teacher, where I'll answer some of your most common German questions. The question for this lesson is, how do I say that something's great in German? There are two main ways to express that something's great in German. These two words are toll and groß. Toll just means great. You can even use it on its own. For example, if you see something really impressive or amazing, you can just say toll, great. Or you can use it as a part of a sentence like, das ist so toll, meaning, that is so great. The word groß by itself actually means tall or big. However, the word großartig can also mean great. You can even use both toll and groß by saying, das ist toll, wirklich großartig, which means, that is great, really great, or that is awesome, really awesome, to emphasize how amazing something is. Let's do some examples so you can learn how to use toll and groß correctly. Let's start with the sentence, das hast du toll gemacht, meaning, you did a great job. This is something parents might say after watching their child participate in a school musical or play in a sports tournament. However, this is a casual expression and should not be used when speaking formal German. If you want to congratulate your coworker on a job well done, it would be better to use das haben Sie wirklich sehr gut gemacht, which means you really did that very well. Here's an easy one. If you went on a trip or to an event and someone asks you how it was, you can use the expression es war toll, it was great. Let's do one more. The expression na großartig is an ironic expression that literally means well, great. This is used when you make a mistake or knock something over and so on. An interesting tidbit is that the word toll originally meant crazy, but nobody uses it that way anymore. How was it? Pretty interesting, right? Do you have any more questions? Leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them. Tschüss, bis zum nächsten Mal. Bye, see you next time.
Hello, my name is Elisa. Welcome to 15 favorite words chosen by you. Let's start with the first favorite word. Bitte, please. Bitte, please. Kannst du mir bitte das holen? Can you please bring that to me? My mom tells me a lot. Please, Lisa, today do the laundry. Blume, flower. Blume, flower. That's one of my favorite words too. Meine Lieblingsblume sind Orchideen. My favorite flowers are orchids. Danke, thank you. Danke, dass du heute das für mich gemacht hast. Thank you for doing that today. Du, you. Kannst du heute mit mir einkaufen gehen? Can you go shopping with me today? Freund, friend. Ein guter Freund ist wie Familie. A good friend is like family. Geld, money. Geld macht nicht unbedingt glücklich. Money doesn't necessarily make you happy. Glücklich, happy. Ich versuche immer glücklich zu sein. I always try to be happy. Mich machen die kleinen Dinge glücklich. The little things in life make me happy. Liebe, love. Liebe, love. Ich finde, Liebe ist das Wichtigste zum Leben. I think love is the most important thing in life. Aww. Peinlich, embarrassing. Peinlich, embarrassing. Ich glaube, ich bin oft peinlich, aber es ist mir egal. I think a lot of times I'm embarrassing, but I actually don't care. Platz, place. Mein Lieblingsplatz ist in der Natur und draußen. My favorite place is in nature and being outside. Schadenfreude, malicious joy. Ich finde, ich habe viel Schadenfreude, was sehr gesund ist, finde ich. I think I have a lot of malicious joy, which I think is actually healthy. If you can just laugh at things or at everything and even yourself, that's one of the most important characteristics. Schlafen, sleep. Ich liebe schlafen. I love to sleep. Ich schlafe oft vor dem Fernseher ein. I fall asleep often while watching TV. Schön, beautiful. Ich liebe, wenn das Wetter schön ist und die Sonne scheint. I love it when the weather is beautiful and the sun is shining. Süßigkeiten, Candy. Einer meiner Lieblingssüßigkeiten sind Haribo Gummibärchen. One of my favorite candy is Haribo Gummy Bears. Haribo is actually from Bonn, where I'm born, and it means, well, the founder is called Hans Riegel, and it's Bonn. So it's Ha from Hans, Riegel, Ribo, Bonn. So Haribo. I think everybody who goes to Bonn or should visit the factory of Haribo, because that's where it's from. Natur, nature. Die Natur hat eine heilende Wirkung. Nature has a healing effect. Thank you for watching the top 15 favorite words chosen by you guys. Tell me what's your favorite word and leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to watch more videos with me, and I hope to see you soon. Bye! Aww. Oh my god, can you cut that though?
No.
Yes!
No.
Hello everybody! Welcome to Top 15 Questions You Should Know for Conversations. My name is Elisa and let's get started. Magst du deutsches Essen? Do you like German food? Magst du deutsches Essen? Do you like German food? Eines meiner Lieblingsspeisen aus Deutschland sind Knödel. One of my favorite German foods is Knödel. It actually is made of potatoes. It's like a potato powder and you boil it in water. It's very German actually. It's called Knödel. Wann ist dein Geburtstag? When is your birthday? Wann ist dein Geburtstag? When is your birthday? Mein Geburtstag ist am 6. Januar. My birthday is on January 6th. It's actually another German holiday. So remember my birthday and send me birthday gifts. I'm joking. Warst du schon einmal in Deutschland? Have you been to Germany? Warst du schon einmal in Deutschland? Falls ihr schon mal in Deutschland wart, würde ich gerne eure Geschichten hören. If you've ever been to Germany, let me know your stories and leave it in the comments. Was hast du gesagt? What did you say? If you are learning German and you don't understand the German people when they're talking fast, it's yeah, you can say that, like was hast du gesagt? What did you say? Was ist das? What's this? Was ist das? What's this? If you don't know a word in German, or if you see something that you haven't seen before, you usually say, was ist das? What's this? So, was ist das? Ja, das ist ein Fernseher. What's this? This is a TV. Oh my god, of course. Wie alt bist du? How old are you? Wie alt bist du? How old are you? Wie heißt du? Wie alt bist du? Yeah, what's your name? How old are you? And if you are trying to get to know someone, and that's a very common question. Wie geht es dir? How are you? Wie geht es dir? How are you? Heute geht es mir blendend. Today I am really great. Wie geht es dir is something that you kind of add to, like hallo, wie geht es dir? Hello, how are you? Wie ist dein Name? What's your name? Wie ist dein Name? What's your name? Mein Name ist Alisa. My name is Elisa. So what's your name? Remember that one. And don't forget the name, you know. Wie lange lernst du schon Deutsch? How long have you been studying German? Wie lange lernst du schon Deutsch? How long have you been studying German? Ich würde gerne wissen, wie lange ihr schon Deutsch lernt. I'm curious to know how long have you been studying German? Leave me in the comments. Since I read them. Wie lautet deine Telefonnummer? What's your phone number? Wie lautet deine Telefonnummer? What's your phone number? I think it's important if you're in a country that you don't know and you're new, you're trying to connect, and so try to meet as much people as possible, get their phone numbers and meet them again. And so remember this question. Wo arbeitest du? Where do you work? Wo arbeitest du? Where do you work? You know, some people who go maybe for a year to Germany to learn the language, they have a side job that they're working on. That's a good way too to learn German, because every day you'll be speaking in German anyways. So, wo hast du Deutsch gelernt? Where did you learn German? Wo hast du Deutsch gelernt? Where did you learn German? Ja, ich würde gerne wissen, wo ihr Deutsch gelernt habt. Entweder in der Schule oder vielleicht bei einer Gastfamilie. I'm curious to know, where did you learn German? Maybe at a language school, or maybe you went to Germany for a few months with a host family. I would love to know, of course, besides German pod. Where did you learn German? Wo kommst du her? Where are you from? Wo kommst du her? Where are you from? Ich würde gerne wissen, woher ihr kommt. I would love to know where you are from. Wo lebst du? Where do you live? Wo lebst du? Where do you live? Ich würde gerne wissen, falls ihr schon mal Deutschland besucht habt, wo ihr da gelebt habt. I would love to know where you were living in Germany when you visited, or if you've been there for a while. Where did you live? Was ist deine Lieblingsstadt in Deutschland? What is your favorite city in Germany? Was ist deine Lieblingsstadt in Deutschland? What is your favorite city in Germany? I don't really have a favorite German city because I have a lot in Germany. Like, I couldn't say this is my favorite city. I think a lot are very pretty and special and very different. Thank you for watching the top 15 questions you should know for conversations. Leave in the comments your answers, and don't forget to subscribe, and see you soon. Bye! It's Elisa. Welcome to the top 10 phrases you always want to hear. Let's begin. Das Budget ist unbegrenzt. The budget is unlimited. This is like a dream for every woman, I think. Das Budget ist unbegrenzt. The budget is unlimited. Who doesn't want to hear that all the time? I would love to hear that because I love shopping. Du bist ein ausgezeichneter Koch. You are an excellent cook. Du bist ein ausgezeichneter Koch. You are an excellent cook. Or if it's a girl, you would say, du bist eine ausgezeichnete Köchin. We want to be equal, you know? I'm actually not a good cook, by the way. I try. Du siehst toll aus heute. You look great today. Du siehst toll aus heute. Dankeschön. You look great today. Thank you. Who doesn't love to hear that? Especially on a Monday morning. Es wird einen Bonus am Ende des Monats geben. There'll be a bonus at the end of the month. Es wird einen Bonus am Ende des Monats geben. There'll be a bonus at the end of the month. What would you do if you've got a bonus at the end of this month? I actually wouldn't know. Maybe I'll go shopping, but then maybe I'll go on a vacation or something. That would be nice, vacation. I would go to like Fiji, to the Fiji Islands, and just be at the beach and in nature. I think that's what I would love to do. Gute Arbeit, you did a great job. Gute Arbeit, you did a great job. I'm sure you've been all doing a great job in learning German with me. And I hope you still keep learning with us. So if, yeah, gute Arbeit, Dankeschön, you did a great job, thank you. Ich habe dir etwas Besonderes mitgebracht. I brought you something special today. Ich habe dir etwas Besonderes mitgebracht. I brought you something special. Now that's a nice one as well. Who doesn't like presents? I think what is special to me is more of a, well, something that's thoughtful, you know, or a memory, or it's not about how big something is or how expensive. I think it's something that, you know, if people bring you something special, it's usually something that they thought of, or maybe they made themselves. I love those kind of things. What is something special you've got as a present? Leave me in the comments and tell me. Ich vermisse dich. I miss you. Ich vermisse dich. I miss you. Who is somebody you miss, or what? Maybe a dog too. To all the dog lovers out there, leave in the comments, what kind of dog do you have? Mach eine Pause. Ich werde heute putzen. Take a break. I'll do the cleaning today. Mach eine Pause. Ich werde heute putzen. Take a break. I'll do the cleaning today. Oh, that is a really good one. That's actually a very special present. I think that's something you should do for the whole day. Just, you know, be there and just clean the house for once. Sie hatten recht. You were right. Sie hatten recht. You were right. Yes, I love to hear that too. I actually think I'm always right, so, oh my God. Und sie gewinnen. And you win. Und sie gewinnen, and you win. Have you won something? Maybe you play a sport or you're in a team, and I would be really interested to know what you do, and or if you've even won something in a lottery or whatever, or you did some competition, anything, leave in the comments. What is your favorite compliment or phrase you've ever heard, or if you want to hear something, leave in the comments, and if you can, in German. Thank you for watching the 10 phrases you always want to hear, and please don't forget to subscribe, and see you soon. Bye. Cut.
Hello and welcome, it's Henrik again with a new session of GermanPod101.com. What we will learn today is must-know expressions for agreeing and disagreeing. Very important. You will have to agree and disagree often in your life. Sometimes hard to choose agreeing or disagreeing, but the way you can do this, I'm going to teach you today. Let's move. Number 1. Ich bin ganz Ihrer Meinung. I couldn't agree more with you. Apparently a very strong expression for agreeing. In an argument, I don't know, it could be used at work or family, friends, for any group of people, you could use this, and there's a debate and you really strongly agree with one side, then you totally can go for this. Ich bin ganz Ihrer Meinung, I couldn't agree more with you. If you're not as certain, and here we come for number 2, nun, ich bin nicht sicher. Well, I'm not sure. This is a way you kind of neither agree nor disagree. It's something in between. If you really don't know what's right, what's wrong, you could use this. It leaves it open, so yeah, even if people ask you something in German maybe and you're not sure how to answer because you maybe also didn't fully understand the question, go for ich bin nicht sicher, I'm not sure, then at least you don't make a wrong decision you might regret later, right? Number 3, easy one, natürlich, of course. So, for example, if I ask you, do you like learning German with GermanPod 101? Your answer would be, natürlich, of course. Number 4, ich denke schon, I guess so. I would agree, but I'm not 100% sure. It's, you're leaning towards one side, but don't want to fully fall out of it, right? Ja, Sie haben recht. Yes, you're right. The way I imagine it, of course, is like if you're in a dispute maybe with somebody and then you want to admit, okay, he's right for a thing, but then also bring on your own arguments or points. You can say, yes, you're right with this. Ja, Sie haben recht. But, and then put your own point. As easy as that. On the other hand, Sie liegen falsch. You're wrong. That's like if you're really like arguing and want to say no, what you say is just completely wrong. Try probably not to say it with this harsh German accent. Sie liegen falsch. That's bad. That's very aggressive. Say it more like nein, Sie liegen falsch. Try to say it carefully, then people don't misunderstand it and won't think you just want to fight. Vielleicht. Maybe. Yeah, that's a very vague answer for anything. It doesn't really help anybody if you say vielleicht. Hey, do you come to my birthday party tomorrow? Vielleicht. Oh, do you want to go shopping with me next week? Vielleicht. See, it's not like a very satisfying answer. Maybe it's sometimes a good option if you don't want to disappoint a person by disagreeing, but you also don't want to agree. So you just say, vielleicht. Call me, maybe. Ruf mich vielleicht an. Ich stimme nicht zu. Nein. I don't agree. No. That makes it really clear that you're really not agreeing. It's important to make your point clear. It's important to not only agree for the sake of agreeing. Sometimes you have different opinions, and then it's important to stand up for yourself and say, hey, I don't agree. Ich stimme zu. I agree. Yeah, very easy. I agree. Whatever you agree on, you can say, hey, I agree. Ich stimme zu. Ich stimme zu. Nobody will complain about you agreeing. I agree. Sometimes I talk too much here. See, I hope you disagree. Das ist wahr. That's true. Das ist wahr. Yeah, it's like, Mom, even if you knew it before or not, but wow, that person has a point. So I hope I could help you with it in this lesson. I hope you had fun. Leave your comments, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and then I see you next time. Ciao, ciao.
Hi, welcome to German Weekly Words. My name is Elisa, and this week's topic is studying a language. The first word is Adjektiv. Adjective, it's not easy to explain. In der deutschen Sprache ist der Adjektiv nicht schwer. Well, in the German language, the adjective is not, it's not very hard to learn. The second word is lernen, study. Ich habe in der Schule nicht viel gelernt. At school, I didn't study that much. Even until today, I'm a very last-minute person. So before an exam, I actually studied the night before or something. Sprache is a language. We just use the word sprechen, which is the verb of Sprache. It's very different from the English words because sprechen means speak and language is Sprache. But it's easier, I think, in German to understand because it's coming from the verb sprechen. Ihr lernt gerade ein bisschen über die deutsche Sprache. You guys are learning a little bit about the German language, I hope. Wiederholen, repeat. Yeah, this is another interesting verb. Wieder means again, and holen means to get it or to bring it. Ich wiederhole mich sehr, sehr oft. I actually repeat myself a lot. I sometimes say things over and over again and my friends are like, yeah, we just heard it. And I'm like, okay, sorry. Lehrstunde is lesson. Yeah, Lehr means to teach and Stunde means hour, a teaching hour. Ich hoffe, ihr habt Spaß bei dieser Lehrstunde. I hope you have fun at this lesson. Yes, and this was it. I hope you had fun. Bye.
Want to finally start speaking in your target language? In this guide, you'll discover the top 7 ways to practice speaking on your own with our lessons. Let's begin. Number 1, shadowing. Shadowing is a proven learning technique where all you do is repeat what you hear in order to practice speaking. So access any audio or video lesson on the site and press the play button to start. Then, as you listen or watch, just repeat the conversations. Or, even easier, read along out loud with the dialogue section. The script is right there in front of you. With our lessons, you can master entire conversations, just like that. Number 2, read out loud. I just mentioned it, but reading out loud is another powerful tactic and deserves its own mention. With every lesson, you get written transcripts and translations. So, as you play the lesson, read the dialogue out loud as you hear it. Why? By reading out loud, you're also practicing your speaking skills. You can do this with the lesson notes, the lesson transcript, or the dialogue tool. With the dialogue tool, you can listen to each line again and again, and repeat out loud until you master them all. Number 3, speed up your reading to speed up your speaking. Being able to speak without thinking is a sign of language mastery. If you're talking to a native and can respond quickly, they'll assume that you're fairly fluent. How can you do this? When you read out loud, try increasing your speed a little bit every time. So, start by reading with the dialogue tool. If you're like most learners, you'll read the first line slowly. That's because you're still getting used to the words, which is okay. Reread it. On your second try, you know most of the words, and you'll read a little faster. Reread it again. On your third try, you'll be even faster, at a native speaker's speed. And being able to read these phrases out loud and fast will help you speak fast. Number 4, record and compare yourself with native speakers. In order to sound like a native speaker, you must imitate native speakers. So here's how. Access the voice recorder, which is in the Dialogue Study tool in every lesson. Click on the microphone icon. Listen to the native speaker's audio, and then record yourself. You can then compare the 2 recordings side by side, and practice and try again and again until you perfect your pronunciation. Number 5, get feedback from our Premium Plus teacher. If you're learning by yourself and don't have access to real teachers, then you can always get feedback from our Premium Plus teachers. With the My Teacher tool, you can record yourself speaking and send the audio file to the teacher. They'll review it and tell you what to improve and how. That's it. Number 6, level up your speaking with Premium Plus assignments. With Premium Plus, you can also get assignments that cover reading, writing, listening, and even speaking from your teacher. These assignments can be tailored to your goals and needs. You get a new one every week, or anytime you're ready for a new one. Number 7, get even more lessons in the lesson library. If you want even more lessons on speaking and conversations, visit our lesson library and under Category, choose Conversation. You'll get all of the pathways and lessons that are focused on speaking. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share it with anyone who's trying to learn a language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. And if you're ready to finally learn language the fast, fun, and easy way, and start speaking from your very first lesson, get our complete learning program. Sign up for your free lifetime account right now. Click the link in the description. I'll see you next time. Bye! Hi everyone! Welcome to the Ultimate German Pronunciation Guide. In this lesson, you'll learn 5 German consonants.
R, 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 S.
These consonant sounds do not appear in English, so they'll be trickier than the last group. Be sure to practice them because these are the unique sounds that learners often get wrong. Are you ready? Then let's get started. The first consonant is
Pfahl, Apfel, Pferd.
This is a pretty rare sound that doesn't appear in many languages. It is essentially a P and an F sound combined. One way to produce this sound is to say the English word cupful. Pay attention to the way the bottom lip and teeth meet and separate when producing this sound. The next consonant is
R. Rost, Rast, Rennauto.
Do you know that fleshy part that hangs down from the roof of your mouth? It's called the uvula. Narrow that section with the back part of your tongue until you start making a sound. It sounds a bit like the noise you make when you're gargling. This sound is voiced, meaning you should feel vibrations coming from your throat.
R. 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 R.
The next consonant is
R. Rübe, Ruhrgebiet, Reifen.
This consonant also utilizes the uvula. Lightly contact it with the back part of your tongue and try to direct just enough air through it so that the opening opens and closes rapidly. This kind of articulation is called a trill. The sound is also voiced, so you should feel vibrations coming from your throat.
R. 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 R.
The next consonant is
Schmarrn, Grüße, Start.
This is also known as a rolled R or rolling your R's. Lightly contact the gums directly behind your top teeth with the tip of your tongue and try to direct just enough air through it so that the opening opens and closes rapidly, as if fluttering or vibrating. It almost sounds like a rapid D sound. One useful trick is to repeat the words butter or ladder really, really quickly. Eventually, you'll produce the rolled R sound. Yet another trick is to think of olden day movies. Do you remember how Dracula first introduced himself? Like Dracula. Try to say it like this multiple times. You want to focus on the D and R sound in the word Dracula. This very quick transitioning from the D to the R can sometimes allow you to produce the rolled R sound. Okay, let's break this sound down.
R. 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 R.
The final consonant for this lesson is
Zahl, Zweck, Zorn.
This consonant sound is like a combination of a T and an S sound. It starts off as a T sound, but ends with a S sound. Here's a great tip. You can produce this sound by saying the word cats. So one trick is to bounce off of the ending when trying to pronounce this consonant sound. Well done! You just learned 5 German consonants.
R. R. R.
These consonant sounds do not appear in English, so be sure to practice them. In the next lesson, you'll learn 3 more consonant sounds that are not in the English language. How difficult were they to learn? Please comment and share your thoughts. See you in the next Ultimate German Pronunciation Guide lesson. Hi everyone, welcome to the Ultimate German Pronunciation Guide. In this lesson, you'll learn 10 German consonants.
B. Ch. D. F. G. H. J. K. L.
These consonant sounds are identical to the ones in English, so if you know English, they should already be familiar to you. Are you ready? Then let's get started. The first consonant is
B. Ball.
like the B in the word buy.
B. 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 B.
The next consonant is
Ch. Match.
like the ch sound in the word match.
Ch.
The next consonant is
D. Dann.
like the D in the word dad.
D. 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 D.
The next consonant is
Fass.
like the F in the word find. The next consonant is
G. Gast.
like the G in the word goggle.
G. 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 G.
The next consonant is
H. Hass.
like the H in the word hat.
H. 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 H.
The next consonant is
J. Dschungel.
like the J in the word judge.
J. 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 J.
The next consonant is
K. Kalt.
like the K in the word kite.
K. 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 K.
The next consonant is
L. Lassen.
like the L in the word last.
L. 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 L.
The final consonant is
M. Maus.
like the M in the word must.
M. 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 M.
Well done! You just learned your first 10 German consonants.
B. Ch. D. F. G. H. J. K. L. M.
In the next lesson, you'll learn 10 more consonant sounds that are identical to the ones in English. Was seeing the pronunciation illustrations helpful? Please comment and share your thoughts. See you in the next Ultimate German Pronunciation Guide lesson. Hi everyone, welcome to the Ultimate German Pronunciation Guide. In this lesson, you'll learn all 17 German vowel sounds.
A. 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 Ö. E. Ö. Ä. Ä. E. I. Ü. I. Ü. O. O. U. U.
With these sounds, you can pronounce any vowel that could possibly appear in German. Some vowels may be hard for you to distinguish, especially for English speakers, so make sure you listen carefully. Are you ready? Then let's get started. The first vowel is
A, maximal, Wasser, Dach.
It's very similar to the A sound in the word pat, though not as whiny. Try moving your tongue further back into the mouth so that it assumes a more centralized position. It should sound a little deeper as a result, and instead of a whiny sound, it now has a darker quality to it. The resulting vowel should sound somewhere in between the A sounds of the words pat and bra. Listen to Elisa.
A, 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 A.
The next vowel is
A, Bahn, Saal, Vater.
This is identical to the previous sound, except it's held for twice as long.
A, 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 A.
The next vowel is
A, oder, aber, ober.
This is identical to the previous sound, except that the tongue is raised a tiny bit higher. The sound typically occurs at the end of a word and is pronounced softly.
A, 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 A.
The next vowel is
Ö, Hölle, göttlich, erörtern.
This sounds roughly like the U in the word hurt. To pronounce this sound, however, try saying the E sound in the word red while rounding your lips.
Ö, 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 Ö.
The next vowel is
E, Seele, Meer, Beet.
This sounds a little bit like the double E in the word feet, except your tongue is not as high. Try to relax your jaw and say it as if to allow the vowel to spill out. Listen to Elisa.
E, 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 E.
The next vowel is
Ö, öde, hören, schön.
This is identical to the previous sound, except that the lips are rounded. Try to say the word play while rounding your lips.
Ö, Ö. Ö, Ö.
The next vowel is
hätte, Männer, Bett.
It's identical to the E sound in the word red.
Ä, Ä. Ä, Ä.
The next vowel is
wähle, spät, Länge.
This is identical to the previous sound, except that it's pronounced twice as long.
Ä, Ä. Ä, Ä.
The next vowel is
halte, behalten, gesund.
It's identical to the E sound at the end of the word problem.
E, E. E, E.
The next vowel is
I, viel. Bibel, Ziel.
It's identical to the double E sound in the word see.
I, I. I, I.
The next vowel is
Ü, über, Mykene, Rübe.
It's identical to the previous sound, except that the lips are rounded. Try saying the word see while rounding your lips.
Ü, Ü. Ü, Ü.
The next vowel is
I, bitte, willig, bist.
It's identical to the I sound in the word it.
I, I. I, I.
The next vowel is
Ü. Füllt, Rhythmus, schützen.
It's identical to the previous sound, except that the lips are rounded. Try saying the word it while rounding your lips.
Ü, Ü. Ü, Ü.
The next vowel is
O, voll, kommen, Ort.
It's identical to the OU sound in the word ought.
O, O. O, O.
The next vowel is
O, oder, Boot, Moos.
This is very similar to the previous sound, except your tongue is positioned a little bit higher. It's quite similar to the O sound in the word O, though be careful not to carry over the W sound too much. Listen to Elisa.
O, O. O, O.
The next vowel is
U, Fuß, Blume, Hut.
It's identical to the double O sound in the word boot.
U, U. U, U.
And the last vowel is
U. Schutz, kurz, Putz.
It's identical to the double O sound in the word took.
U, U. U, U.
Well done! You've just learned all 17 vowels in German.
A, 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 Ö, E, Ö, Ä, Ä, E,
I, Ü, I, Ü, O, O, U, U. In the next lesson, you'll start learning consonant sounds. There were a lot of vowel sounds in this lesson, but which vowel sound was the most difficult for you to learn? Please comment and share your thoughts. See you in the next Ultimate German Pronunciation Guide lesson. Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free German ebook before it's gone.